Okay, you all got my email last night. I'm going to touch on this a little bit today, share some updates with you. But overall, as we head into Q2, the focus is going to be accountability. I talk a lot about building the fire, and once you've built the fire, what you need to do to maintain it. That's essentially where we're at in the year. We're 3.5 months in. A lot of you have full pipelines. You're entering the selling season, and now is the time, like I just told Ryan Johnson, to put your foot down, put the pedal down, and make it a fantastic year. This is also the time when agents tend to get lazy because they have 4 or 5 people they're working with. The weather's nice, it's super easy to go golfing, do other things outside, grill, cabins, etc. You guys get the point. This year is going to be an unusual year because we have an election. I keep hammering this home, and when we're in October, you're going to know why. People will still buy and sell homes, don't worry. But it's going to be slower come the end of the year. And this year we need to front load all of that. And I want to remind you guys of that on a weekly basis. And I want to commit to holding ourselves accountable to doing the things that it takes to have success. When we're looking at how we did in Q1, what we're looking at to do in Q2, we have to be honest with ourselves. How did you really do? How much money did you make? How many homes did you sell? What's in your pipeline? And what's on the future forecast of what's going to happen later in the year. That's for you guys to determine. And by the way, number one way to do that, Austin Kern, pen and paper. Keep it visible right in front of you, right? For those that aren't on track, I want to remind you, your 33% of your year is over. 33% of the year of 2024 has been completed. So it's the perfect time to recommit if you need to, or recommit to doing different things to have different results. And that's why we're focusing Q2 on this. We're going to be focusing on a weekly basis, monthly basis, and we're going to talk about this a lot. I have to admit, this is something that I spent the last several days thinking about. I've failed a lot of you guys. Not all of you, just some. And what I mean by that is that when I take an honest perspective or tally of where incomes are at, how many homes are sold, and I look at where that median factor is in our team, there's a lot of people, not necessarily in this room, but there's a lot of people that are going to have some really bad years. They're not going to make enough money. They're not going to make a full-time living. And I feel personally responsible for that, and I think that it's time to jump back in the trenches and help you guys and help the team. Get back in track, be visible, and focus on the activities that are going to matter for you guys to not only have great years, but fantastic careers. And let me clear the air. Some of you are in great spots, okay? But even if I have one person who's underperforming, who isn't able to make their bills, who's tallying up way too much credit card debt, struggling at home, that's something that I want to get involved with and help with. And the number one way to do that is human accountability. The one thing I've learned in my career is you can't force human behavior. You cannot make somebody else do something that they don't want to do unless they really want to do it. But what I can do is I can show up weekly and hold people accountable to the activities that are necessary for you to have success. And from there, it falls on your shoulders if you're willing to do the activities or not. So 33% of the year, we're having an honest conversation right now that we're going to take this company and your careers to the next level if you're committed to doing so. We cannot allow anybody to operate at a pace that doesn't allow them to make an above average living. I view this as a train going for basically the cliff. If you know a train's going off the cliff, are you going to do something to stop it, change it, get it off the rails? Like, if I know somebody is heading down that path, then I'm either going to try to get them out of this business and into a full-time job, or I'm going to try to get them into a position where they're making more money and committed to the activities in real estate.